Hello. Have you ever felt like you were suffering from an identity crisis? Maybe you've had different periods throughout your life where you weren't really sure who you were or what you wanted to be. Well, the house we're visiting today has been through many drastic iterations in its lifetime. What began as a modest stone house built in the late 1700s gradually became a central 2.5-story dwelling made of brick, and then became the impressive Greek Revival mansion that we see here today. The original stone house remains hidden in a corner beneath subsequent renovations. There was even a period in time that the house was referred to as a castle because the owner added Italianate towers in the mid-19th century. These were later removed. Not only has the architecture changed throughout the home's life, but its use has evolved as well. From a southern plantation to a turkey farm to an international equestrian institute. These layers of history make for a fascinating study of changing times and changing minds at Morven Park, an old Virginia home in Leesburg. Let's go.
This grand estate weaves architecture, history, and nature across 1,000 acres of timeless beauty. The house itself began its life as a modest fieldstone farmhouse built in 1780 by Wilson Carey Selden. Selden owned the nearby Exeter plantation, which sadly was destroyed by fire in 1980 after being abandoned for many years. Here you can see remnants of Selden's fieldstone home at Morven Park. The mansion would now be completely unrecognizable for that first inhabitant. In 1808, the property was acquired by Judge Thomas Swan. It is believed that he erected the 2-story center portion of the present home and 2 flanking 2-story dependencies around 1830. He also increased the size of the estate from 262 acres to 1,400 acres. In 1840, Thomas Swan Jr. inherited the property from his father. The younger Swan served as mayor of Baltimore, governor of Maryland, a United States congressman, and president of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. While he owned Morven Park, the house was transformed into what would later be considered a grandiose combination of Greek Revival and Italian villa styles, including the addition of the Italianate towers. Following a succession of owners, in 1903, Westmoreland Davis purchased Morven Park. The house you see here today has been restored to the appearance of Westmoreland and Marguerite Davis's ownership through the Westmoreland Davis Foundation. From 1903 to 1942, the home was occupied by the Davises. They expanded and reimagined it in the Greek Revival style. During their lives, they filled the house with a diverse collection of art and furniture gathered from their travels to Europe, Africa, Asia, the Mediterranean, all over the world. As with most of the rooms in the house, the ornate drawing room holds family portraits, sculptures, and Hudson River Valley paintings. The lavish entry hall includes 4 massive 16th century Belgian tapestries that still hold much of their color. Every room in the home is filled with period furnishings, portraits, and artifacts that quietly echo political conversation, hospitality, and lives devoted to public service. Westmoreland Davis was a successful attorney and also a farmer. He raised dairy cattle, hogs, sheep, and poultry at Morven Park. This combination probably helped get him elected governor of Virginia in 1917. During his term in office, Marguerite volunteered in a munitions factory to support the World War I effort. She also served as a nurse during the 1918-1919 influenza pandemic. After a hiatus from the home during this time, they returned to Morven Park in 1922, and Governor Davis began raising turkeys, while Marguerite focused on the creation of her prized boxwood gardens. In the 1930s, Westmoreland Davis operated one of the largest turkey breeding enterprises in the country. The Davis Library at Morven Park is a bibliophile's mecca. It houses books that are both rare and offer a glimpse into the couple's travels and varied interests. The billiards room boasts many trophies, some made of fur, some of silver. The starkness of the kitchen is a delightful diversion from the somewhat overwhelming decor in the rest of the house. You can just imagine the buzzing of the help in this no-nonsense room, and the signs and notes on the wall give great insight into the tight ship that Mrs. Davis must have demanded of her staff. The adjoining bedrooms upstairs give us a glimpse into the more personal side of Mr. and Mrs. Davis. This building on the property dates to the early 1800s, when Morven Park was still owned by the Swan family. The Corbell House, named after an early 20th century resident, was once the home of an enslaved man named John Fitzhugh, who lived there with his family. The structure has undergone numerous renovations during the past 2 centuries, and you can still see the Italianate villa influence here. But John Fitzhugh was certainly not the only enslaved person at Morven Park. Between 1800 and 1864, there were approximately 80 men, women, and children enslaved there. To learn more about these people and the millions of others throughout the Commonwealth and beyond, whose names and stories have been lost, Morven Park has launched the 246 Years Project, which is assembling the fragmented biographical data and organizing this on an online database. It's exciting to know that even more stories about the people who lived in these incredible properties we love to visit will be unveiled in the future. Thank you for visiting Morven Park with me today. I encourage you to visit this incredible property in person. another fascinating old Virginia home.